Fans were in front of a TV tonight, glued to ESPN, and of course their favorite Black Bears. Don Colson has more on some of the most loyal fans in the country, those avid and crazy Maine hockey fans.
Oprah wasn't on, and Main streets were still quiet places this Saturday night because the Maine Bears were on for the National College Hockey Championship, and that's never happened before. The crowd here at Legends in Bangor in on every save, every slap shot, every cross-check. It's not a night for the faint of heart.
I mean, what can you ask for to be up here at this time of year, you know, when they're playing for the finals? This is great.
A special screen has been set up at the Maine Center for the Arts for the fans who really wish they were in Milwaukee. The night of April 3rd, 1993, the night we'll be talking about for a long while, the night our team won the national championship. And that's never happened before. Don Colson, Channel 5 News.
Just the best team all year long, and as Joe said, maybe one of the best college hockey teams ever.
We'll be looking to see them repeat next year, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, and we'll see. We'll have some more on these guys returning tomorrow on your show at 6:30.
You'll be down there at the airport when they come in at 4 o'clock.
It ought to be a great time.
Along with hundreds of other people, probably?
Yeah, hundreds of thousands, maybe.
Okay, great. Well, believe it or not, there is more news tonight, and we'll get...
You are looking at a live picture of Alfond Arena, where thousands are getting ready to give the Maine Black Bear hockey team a hero's welcome.
Now, from your 24-hour news center, this is the 6 o'clock report.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Connor, and this is a special edition of the 6 o'clock report, the Hockey Homecoming. We have complete coverage of the Bears' arrival for you, and we begin with Dave Allers at the home.
No, Bill, it's getting pretty packed here right now. I'm guessing that the arena is about half full. That means there's probably about 2,500 people or so here waiting for the Black Bears to return. At last report, we have about 20 minutes after 6. The Black Bears will be touching down in Bangor, and these fans will be here to greet them when...
The Black Bears are also headed for the White House. At the request of Senator George Mitchell, the president will host a reception in honor of the team. Senator Mitchell really made out well with this win. He had a bet on the game with Senator Carl Levin of Michigan, Maine lobster against Lake Superior whitefish, and we trust that the fish will be headed Mitchell's way soon. The hockey homecoming is underway. Bill Green, exciting moment.
It sure is. We've been waiting for this one around here all day. The plane has landed. I guess the passengers are about to depart. I don't know. Let's go to Bangor. That's where Jeff Solari and all the action is standing by. Jeff, it sounds noisy up there, my friend.
Bill, I tell you what, we're just minutes away now. This place is intense. The captain just went behind me. The plane is at the dock. The stewardesses have come off. All that's left is for the team to come on through. It could be any time now. This crowd behind me has been waiting since as early as noontime. Some of them, of course, the plane originally supposed to come in at 4 o'clock, and then it was delayed till 5:45, and finally we got the word at 6:17 it would touch down, and they were pretty much on schedule this time. And let me just look behind me. Still no sign of the team.
Jeff, Sean's not going to pull one of those Sean Walshes and sneak him downstairs or something and get him past you, is he?
I certainly, for his sake, I certainly hope not. I think he will come through. Someone even said to me that Sean might take a minute or two and address this huge crowd that has come out here at BIA. They say that they've not seen a crowd like this since, of course, the troops came through here after Desert Storm. I mean, this is an incredible turnout. I was talking to Bob Ziegler, though, the airport manager, and he says that the crowd has been well behaved despite the wait. There's been no problem. They had added security and whatnot, but it wasn't necessary. Things have gone smoothly.
Unlike campus last night, I know you were on campus last night, pretty wild up there around midnight?
Yes, it was, as a matter of fact. I understand that things were under control up there as well. There was a lot of celebrating, needless to say, a lot of partying and whatnot. But everybody was well behaved. The only damage that was apparently done was the goalposts on the football field. At least one of them was ripped down, and I'm not sure how that happened. But I had nothing to do with it. I know that.
Plausible deniability, that's the key. There's a roar behind you, Jeff. What's happening?
Like they had to just come in sight. I believe they're coming down the alleyway right to the other side out of camera view here, and they should be in view at any minute. the partying and celebrating last night at the Maine campus. Mostly people gathered in the streets. They had hockey sticks and other various things, a lot of waving, a lot of yelling, a lot of the main chants that you hear at the hockey games, the Go Blue and We're Number One, just celebrating the fact that Maine has finally won their first national championship. Now, still taking a peek around the corner, and there's no sign of them yet, but I know they're not far off. As I mentioned a second ago, the captain has come through, the stewardess has come through, and now it looks like maybe some luggage or something coming around the corner. They're just building the drama, basically, I think, Bill.
Those crazy black bears.
And here actually come the first passengers off the plane.
With
Some of the press and photographers and whatnot that were able to get on that chartered flight. Of course, Maine didn't have to go commercial. The NCAA allowed them to charter a flight for this trip to Milwaukee. And I would say, here they come. They should be in view any second. As you can probably hear in the background, the band has come out, the Maine pep band. Now there's also some cheerleaders here and whatnot. They've all turned out to welcome this team home. And now, I gotta believe, here they are.
That's President of the University of Maine, Dr. Hutchinson, coming off. That's Michael Plozek, the athletic director.
Mike Plozek making his way through the crowd. Mike Plozek acting as chief cheerleader out at the rally in Milwaukee. He's proud of this team. Governor McKernan, of course, made the trip to Milwaukee a couple of days ago. Representative Snow is here to meet him. And there's the victorious coach, Sean Walsh, bringing Maine its first national championship. And here come the members of the team. Lee scored that big goal against Michigan in the overtime period. Dave Silverman, the whole Maine team making its way in front of this huge crowd. And there is the championship trophy by Mr. Jim Montgomery holding that up. The captain with an unbelievable series. Goalie Mike Dunham. Mike ending up a tremendous career here at Maine. Mike Latendresse.
Hey, Jeff,
What can be said about this team?
I know they're not supposed to say anything, but stick a mic out there. Ask them how they feel.
Bill, I see Hobie Baker winner Paul Correa making his way this way. If I can grab here, Paul Correa now. Ian. Of course, Garth Snow making his way through. Garth, the winning goalie last night. Paul Correa joins me now. Paul, this has got to be better than a dream come true. Did you ever imagine this when you said, yeah, I'll come play for Maine?
No, this whole season's been just a dream come true. I mean, to only lose one game and then to come in to Milwaukee win the national championship, you can't ask for anything more.
And of course, the Hobie Baker Award, first freshman ever. Just how does that feel?
That really hasn't sunk in yet. I haven't really thought about it. I was so focused on the team goals this weekend. And in 2 weeks, I'll reflect on it, and they'll be nice.
All right, congratulations, Paul. The rest of the Maine supporters making their way through the terminal.
Wonderful moment at Bangor International Airport, where the University of Maine National Championship Ice Hockey Bears have returned home. They're heading now for the Alfond Arena, where there'll be a major celebration at 7 o'clock.
The adrenaline continues to flow up at the airport in Bangor. Bill, let's take the folks through what's going on.
Well, you know, a lot of people who watched that game last night, as we look at Jim Montgomery, and there it is. That is the National Championship trophy. A live picture from Bangor International Airport as the team is whisked through. They're going to hop on that bus and head right up to the Alfond Arena, where more than 5,000 people are awaiting them for a special celebration. That's the only National Championship trophy, NCAA Division I National Championship ever won by a University of Maine team, which is no embarrassment. Many programs have never done it as well, and the people have turned out in mass to see their hockey heroes as they come home. God Snow with the great bailout last night in the third period. The second time he's been able to do that has been by, and the rest of the Maine Hockey Bears. And it's going to be an interesting night at the Alfond because you've got the Mike Dunham story. I mean, he's a great goalie. He was beaten just once, but twice in this playoff series while Maine was behind, he was pulled. Snow came in, replaced him, and the Bears came back to romp for the victory. And you've got so many great moments. Korea winning the Hobie Baker, Korea winning the Hobie Baker, right? And but then Jim Montgomery clearly being the most valuable member of that team, and it coming back in the last period last night behind 3 Jim Montgomery goals. And there's just so many people at the airport that they're just having a lot of trouble getting through there and getting out of there. It's a magical moment for the entire state of Maine. I think particularly for the people of the Penobscot Valley area who, you know, are a little bit closer to that team than some of us who live downstate.
You know, I think awfully, Mike Dunham especially ought to be feeling awfully good about himself. He did, you know, he did not play the last period there, but as you said, he got him there the whole season. I hope he's relishing this as much as all of the rest of them are.
You know, a team is just that. Everybody plays an important role at one time or another. Lee Saunders' goal, I mean, I think that was his 6th of the year, but in the overtime in the semifinal, without that, you know, punch that he made with a stick to knock that unbelievable goal in,
right,
they wouldn't have been there. So many people save you in the course of a year.
It's an amazing feeling for all of them, and I'm sure it will continue for quite some time. And that will do it for us tonight. We won't be able to show you people, places, and things tonight. We will get that on next week. Obviously, we had some extraordinary considerations this evening. Thank you very much for watching us tonight, and stick with us right here on News Center. See you here back at 11.
Both at the airport and last night on campus, unequaled in the history of the university. Of course, crowds last night were packing the bars and restaurants all over Maine, but the focal point of the celebration, of course, was the UMaine campus. For UMaine hockey fans, last night was a night to remember.
The state of Maine has never seen a celebration like this one before.
A little bit on their heels now.
But then again, Maine has never seen a hockey team like this before.
Ball Korea breaking it. Look at these guys!
For most Maine fans, there was never any doubt the Black Bears would win it. The only question was, by how much?
Oh, Maine's going to win, but I don't know how much. But it's going to be a good lead.
5-3.
18-2. Yeah. Definitely 10-1.
And in the first period, it looked like one of those last two predictions may come true. When the Bears went up 2-0, the 900 fans at the Maine Center for the Arts were rocking. But suddenly, the Black Bears let up 4 unanswered goals. And the crowd at the Bears Den on the UMaine campus could feel the title slipping away. But then Jim Montgomery stepped to the front.
Hobie Baker trophy is centering past the score!
Chalk up the hat trick for the captain. Maine comes back to win a thriller 5-4, and the celebration was on, both inside and outside, where the crowds filled the campus streets. A few brave people snuck into the Alfond. And some people did things that just seemed to have no explanation whatsoever.
Yeah! Yeah! Oh
my God, it's incredible. It's like nothing I ever thought before. They're finally #1. Maine's #1. They're incredible.
I can't believe it. It was such a good third period. I can't believe it. Yeah, this is awesome.
Come on, we the best hockey team in the country. We the best hockey team in the country. Yeah, baby, yeah.
News Center's Jeff Solari with the expertise one needs to cover a celebration like that.
Orono. This small eastern Maine town has been the focus of attention for college hockey fans nationwide for the past 6 months. And why not? The 92-93 Black Bear season can only be described as amazing. It all began just after midnight on October 5th. A huge crowd turned out at the Alfond to see the Bears take to the ice for their first practice. Later that month, Maine opened the season by hosting a weekend series with Providence. Maine blew out the Friars 9-3 on Friday night, but could only manage a 3-3 tie on Saturday. That tie dropped Maine to second in the national poll behind Michigan, the only time all season Maine didn't hold the top spot. During the next 3 weeks, the Black Bears easily won all 5 of their games, outscoring their opponents during that span 51-8. But then came their first major hurdle, a 2-game series at Boston University. Behind a 40-save effort from Mike Dunham, Maine took the Terriers on Friday 4-3. Out of control. And despite a late-game brawl in Saturday's contest, the Black Bears won the game 6-3, and they were still unbeaten at 8-0-1. After the BU series, Maine began to add to their ever-growing trophy collection, including a piece of the Alaska Pipeline from the Alaska Fairbanks Tourney, a second consecutive Great Western Freeze-Out title, which they earned by beating Lake Superior State, as well as capturing the Cleveland Tournament crown and their own Dexter Hockey Classic title. It's now 1993, and the Bears still haven't tasted defeat, put their record at 19-0-1. As Maine entered conference play, the streaking Bears continued to systematically destroy their opponents, winning by an average of 4 goals per game. Their unbeaten streak had reached 32, but it was all about to come to a screeching halt. Arch rival Boston University overcame a 4-goal deficit to hand Maine their first loss.
It's not how quickly you fall, it's how hard you fall, it's how quick you get up. We'll find out tomorrow. It's not the end of the world. This is good for us. We need this right now, to be very blunt with you.
Apparently, Sean Walsh was right. The Bears rolled through their remaining games by outscoring their opponents 59-20. 35 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties is how the Maine record looked heading into Hockey East tournament play. Despite the so-called blizzard of '93, Maine easily disposed of the Northeastern Huskies in the opening round. From there, it was on to Boston Garden, where the Black Bears outdueled Bruce Crowder's UMass Lowell Chiefs 7-5. As predicted, the Hockey East Championship game came down to the Black Bears and the BU Terriers. But it wasn't the battle most people imagined. Maine dumped BU 5-2, claiming their second straight Hockey East crown, a feat never before accomplished in the history of the league. The win gave the Black Bears an automatic berth in the NCAA tournament, as well as a first-round bye. The Golden Gophers of Minnesota got up ahead of steam when they upset Clarkson in the first round, but running into Maine was like running into a brick wall.
Now Correa behind the net, in front, score!
The Bears dumped the Gophers 6-2. Next stop, the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the Final Four. Maine's semifinal opponent was the Michigan Wolverines, a team coached by former NHL great Red Berenson. Michigan had won 7 national titles, but none of them had come while Berenson was the coach. The Black Bears spotted Michigan 2 early goals, but behind the super efforts of Garth Snow and this late goal from Cal Ingraham, Maine sent it into overtime, where Lee Saunders became an instant hero.
Down the slot, loose puck in front, Shields is score!
4-3 was the final. Next stop for the team, the national championship game. However, the Black Bear Express did manage to slow down long enough so that freshman sensation Paul Correa could pick up his Hobie Baker trophy. Correa was the second Maine player in as many years to claim the honor, and the first freshman ever. Finally, Saturday night arrived, and Maine found themselves facing defending national champion Lake Superior State. And behind a heroic effort from Jim Montgomery and Garth Snow, the Black Bears celebrated their first national championship.
Maine is going to win their first ever national championship.
This whole season can only be described as simply amazing. Maine's flight was supposed to touch down here at 4 o'clock, but in actuality, it didn't show up until well after 6. So this huge crowd used every available resource to pass the time.
I was playing solitaire, now we're playing gin rummy. We were playing 500 rummy with our son, but he's off running around now, so.
Finally, at 6:17 p.m., the team arrived. From the airport, the national champions were taken by bus back to the Alfond, where another 6,000 plus fans were waiting to thank them. And in turn, the team thanked the fans.
You are the national champions, and we are the national champions.
We owe so much to our fan support, to the great people of Maine. It was just nice, and we feel very grateful that we were able to come back here and show them, what they earn.
When you come home and you're sharing this greatest time of my life and all our players' lives with the people that really care about it, the people that stay in Maine, I mean, there's just no better feeling. I mean, we're on top of the world right now.
And that's exactly where this team belongs. In Orono, Jeff Saleri.
Championship win by the Maine hockey team set off a series of celebrations that reached a high point yesterday at Bangor International Airport and then at Alfond Arena. The band was at the airport, of course, as well as Sean Walsh's son, who could hardly contain himself as the arrival drew near. Fans of all ages swarmed the airport. I'm sure they didn't mind the delay, which was caused partially by the pilot forgetting to set his watch ahead. But the plane landed safely, and the rest, well, let's watch and listen.
Did you expect this kind of reception when you got here? I don't know, Ron. We're just hoping that people would appreciate it. We appreciate everybody, and it's just our way of saying thanks. Has it sunk in yet? No, not at all. I can't wait to get to Alfond.
Just nuts. People were waving from McDonald's, from everywhere, you know. Oh boy, hope he's all right. But yeah, it's just great. I mean, that's our fans. They're nuts, and we love them. All right, take care. See ya.
Not sure what happened behind Jim Montgomery, but a great night and a very well-deserved one at that. Well, the Black Bears received some more good news last night. In addition to Bill Clinton's White House invitation, there have been rumors about whether or not Coach Sean Walsh would be returning for a 10th season. Well, Ron Lisnett caught up with Coach Walsh after the rally, and he had this to say.
Hey, we did this for the people in the state of Maine, and the way we did it, coming from behind, is what the state of Maine's all about. I just want to say thank you to everybody in this state.
I don't know how much thought you put into this. In terms of your future now, where are you at?
I'm not worried about it. I'm planning on staying at Maine.
You are?
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Well, that news makes it look good for the Bears next year, as he will have a number of returning stars to work with. Well, tonight...
Checking out the slot. Score! Works it away from Lockachore. In front to Strawn. Strawn all alone in front of the net. His 20th. He winked at me when I put Garth in because he knew it was a team move, and he smiled. First team All-American, number 1, Mike Dunham.
Along with Korea. Korea winning the Hobie Baker Trophy. A centering pass to score!
You showed us today who the best fans in the nation are, right here in Maine.
Chris Himes losing it in front. Pass just can't connect, and a couple of competitors are burying the ball to the score! Maine has tied it up!
We're number 1. We're number 1. We're number 1. We're number 1.
Absolutely, and that's what happens when the momentum turns. Missed the mold, goes the other way.
Ball Correa breaking it. Look at he scores!
1 and 2.
Balasevic in the slot. Balasevic shoots and Snow saved the bacon for Maine. My second. One more shot maybe. Maine is going to win their first ever national championship.
Better than this weekend's action. That was fantastic.
Back-to-back titles.
Hey, that's good. We'll try for it.
But let's give it a little time period for that, yeah. You know, imagine trying to get back to the classroom for the Maine hockey players today. That's what they had to do because Coach Sean Walsh said, get to class today or you don't go visit the White House when that trip is made. And so the national champions tried to get back to life as normal.
Sure.
Outside Alfond Arena, youngsters waited for national championship autographs.
There you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Inside Alfond, the Saturday Night Stars were being called Sir. And some of the players just sit back and take in the game.
Start the second period, we're up 2-1.
And then trouble.
Yeah, but it's never over till it's over, like they say.
Watch this.
They can chuckle now at the hit Dave Lacouture took, but he had to spend the night in the hospital and not celebrating with his teammates. He did say that the welcome home made up for some of it.
I thought we'd get a reception, but I'll tell you, the fans we have in this state, it's just incredible. I mean, it was just a great, great feeling. I mean, all the guys are tired, but that definitely got us a second win because we came back not only to the airport, but the rink, and it was just overwhelming.
Okay, gentlemen, again.
All in all, a picture-perfect spring day for the national champions. And coming up a little bit later in this sportscast, we'll go back to Saturday night and relive some of those magic moments. 8 hours ago, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the night that will never be forgotten by Maine sports teams and fans. Here's a look back at those 3 or 4 hours before, during, and after the game.
Let's go, Maine! Let's go, Maine!
For the whole ball of wax next on ESPN.
I think we clearly proved who the best in college hockey was this year.
What happens when the momentum turns? Missed the mold, goes the other way.
Ball Correa breaking it. Look at he scored!
Once we got on a roll and they left Paul Korea a little bit bleeding or a little bit dangerous, and they showed.
Look at all the net that's open. Play. Now watch Strawn. Right there, Strawn. Save.
No, it was a great feeling. I mean,
28 seconds ago during timeout, he looks right at me and winks at me. I mean, he's not lacking on confidence.
That rink, I think, brought everybody together like a family, and they proved it tonight. That team tonight was one big family. That's why how they won.
the Bradley Center in Milwaukee as national champions, first time ever.
Nice to have a story everybody can be happy about.
Absolutely.
Everyone agrees about it.
I agree with the philosophy that folks needed something to be happy about after this winter, and
That's true.
I think that was a big part of it all. Quickly want to mention that we do have one more hockey game left this season. Saturday night, the East-West College All-Star Shriners hockey game at Alfond Arena. We will televise it live. Jim Montgomery, Garth Snow, your last chance to see them at Alfond Arena in a college uniform. See it live.
Seems like a good game. Okay, thanks, Dale.
The other years, you know, we got beat by maybe better teams or bounces didn't go right for us, but we wouldn't be denied this year. In Maine, we're #1.
Jim Montgomery has made my college season on and off the ice, and I owe a great deal of any success this year to Jim Montgomery. And
you're always remembered by your last game, and I mean, it's a great way to end your career in college. I mean, by victory.
Well, if you were at the Final Four over the weekend, you saw how the state of Maine literally took over the city of Milwaukee. Everywhere you went, there was Maine blue and white. From the big win Saturday to the Hobie Baker Award ceremony on Friday, it was a big Maine party. And here's now some of the sights and sounds of the Final Four. We begin with Jim Montgomery's uncle, who began coaching the Maine captain in clinics when he was 6 years old.
He always had that persistence. I had a lot of pros at my camp when they were there, some NHLers, and when Jimmy was up 13, 14 years, I threw him in with them. And he took everything they dished out, and he dished it back too. So he's a tough kid, and he's very determined. And
this is just us, just because for us, the team, we kind of did it. And under there's the core, the defensive core, and that's about it. That's about it. We had to put the dots to confuse people, thinking maybe something else.
I think it worked.
I don't know. I guess so.
If it can't be Wisconsin, it's got to be Maine.
I'm originally from Wisconsin. We won the title in '73. They call themselves Cheeseheads. We're Lobster Heads. Maine's going to win this one. Let's go!
1993 winner of the Hobie Baker Award from the University of Maine, Paul Correa.
I couldn't have won this award without the help and support of my teammates, especially Jim Montgomery.
And now let's check out the artwork of the Naked Five. Gentlemen, let's see. There you have it. The Naked Five. Now, how's this for respect? The #1 college hockey team in the country, and look what they print on the T-shirt. The University of Maine Brown Bears. This is the biggest collector's item in town. Certainly an amazing weekend. So what about next year's squad, as the Bears will hopefully try to repeat? Well, aside from the loss of key seniors like Jim Montgomery, Kent Southey, Dan Murphy, Garth Snow, Dave Lacouture, Eric Fenton, and Martin Mercier, here are some of the underclassmen who may be moving on. Mike Dunham and Matt Martin probably have shots at making the Olympic team as well as turning pro. Now, also with Olympic shots, of course, if we take a look at the next page, the Ferraros, Paul Correa, definitely a lock for the Canadian team and possibly the #1 pick in the draft. Cal Ingraham and Chris Imes, along with Martin, will be going to an Olympic tryout tournament coming up in a week or so, so we'll see how their chances are after that. Meanwhile, the other
President Bill Clinton hosted the Bears in the Rose Garden.
I understand from Senator Mitchell that this is the first team from the University of Maine ever to win a national championship, and we're glad to have them here. I'm inspired not only by how the team pulled together to win the championship, but how the entire state pulled together to cheer them on to victory.
No one can escape the wrath of our team's kangaroo court. We will not give him a delay of game penalty, but you're going to be fined a quarter for being 10 minutes late for the ceremony today.
Just like to present you with an autographed stick from each member of the team, and it's a brand new stick, and thank you for having us, and thank you, Senator Mitchell and Cohen, for having us all, and this is a tremendous honor and pleasure for all of us. Thank you.
Maybe more befitting is the number we put in the back, which I think has been a pretty good year for President Bill Clinton and a very good year for the University of Maine Black Bears.
That's great. I love it.
Thank you very much.
a tour of the White House today and the chambers and all around Washington.
What a great way to cap off, a great year. Just imagine.
Those seniors will have something to talk to their grandchildren about, and the rest of them will come back and do it again next year.
Terrific. Thanks a lot, Tim. Chris, what's it like in the West?
Year with a visit to the Rose Garden at the White House. The Maine Bears, the hockey team, spent the morning with a certain football fan from the state of Arkansas, and after they left, just maybe they turned the president into a hockey fan as well.
The captain, Jim Montgomery's done a great job. He scored the winning goal late in the championship game, leading you to a come-from-behind victory, something else I know a little bit about. Sport brings out the best in individuals and in teams and in communities. I share the pride that Senator Mitchell and Senator Cohen and Congressman Andrews and all the people of Maine must feel for the Black Bears who've shown us all how to play as a team.
I think, first of all, I need to tell the president that no one can escape the wrath of our team's kangaroo court. We will not give him a delay of game penalty, but you're going to be fined a quarter for being 10 minutes late for the ceremony today. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
On behalf of the team, and maybe more importantly, the entire state of Maine, I want to present President Clinton with a jersey from the University of Maine, and maybe more befitting is the number we put in the back, which I think has been a pretty good year for President Bill Clinton and a very good year for the University of Maine Black Bears.
That's great. I love it.
Thank you very much.
And afterwards, the team went to the Capitol for a reception hosted by Maine Senators Bill Cohen and George Mitchell. Chris Imes giving a hockey stick to Senator Cohen. A lot of sticks passed out today. I'm sure equipment manager Pick Doucette is pretty much out of them after this season. Meanwhile, the Caribou Middle School was visiting Washington, D.C. They were at the ceremony today. A little added bonus for the youngsters from up in Aroostook County.
And we want to give you a chance to look back and to think back about hockey for a moment, because the Maine Black Bear hockey season was one tremendous season. National champions, a Hobie Baker winner, and boy, that special moment here in Orono when the team arrived back at Alfond Arena. We want to take a few moments and help you relive those moments when the national champions came back to Orono.
We went to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as the champions of Hockey East. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are the University of Maine 1993 National Champions. And it's my pleasure to introduce head coach Sean Walsh and the national champion, University of Maine Black Bears.
Thank you very, very much. Well, it started at midnight, and it ends tonight. You are the national champions, and we are the national champions. Thank you very much. I need you to quiet down for a second. I want to know if the band up there was the band that was out in Wisconsin. Okay. Let me tell you people here in the arena something. We have a band there that won over the city of Milwaukee. In fact, they came up with a new song, and it goes right with a Stein song because it rhymes with a little beer. And we're going to make it our second school song here to go with a Stein song. What you people have to do when they start into it, I want to hear you rhythmically clapping, and at the end, all you're going to say is when you say the Maine Black Bears, you've said it all. Let's go. Let's go. And now, the 20 guys that got the job done in Milwaukee, Wisconsin are standing in front of you. This first guy got us to Milwaukee with an unbelievable performance against Minnesota. He kept us in the game last night in the second period when we were stumbling. He winked at me when I put Garth in because he knew it was a team move, and he smiled. First team All-American, number 1, Mike Dunham. This next guy was on the all-tournament team 2 years ago at the Bradley Center in Wisconsin. The way he played this weekend, I think that's his favorite rink. A big defenseman who's just stood up to Lake Superior and Michigan all weekend. From Gardner, Maine, number 6, Jason Weinrich. There was some quiet roles played this weekend. Perhaps the one that even the media missed was the role performed last night by this guy. Number 11 on Lake Superior is their All-American, Brian Ralston. This gentleman's job last night was to shut down Brian Ralston. Brian Ralston got no goals, no assists, no points, did nothing. And the reason Brian Ralston didn't do anything was because of this senior from South Portland, Maine, number 18, Eric Fenton. Last year, at about this time, we recruited and landed a couple of twin brothers. They gave us exactly what you need. They gave us the finishers that it takes to win a national championship. They can put the puck in the net. This gentleman last night got his 51st point, his 27th goal of the season, and it was a rip. And it put us up 2-0. And I'll guarantee you, without the Ferraro brothers, we don't win a national championship. From Sound Beach, New York, number 15, Chris Ferraro. Number 17, Peter Ferraro. The next guy I want to bring up finally got his due this year. He led the nation in plus minus. He was an All Hockey East first team member. Let me just list his accolades. All Hockey East tournament team, All NCAA tournament team, first team All-American, from Birchdale, Minnesota, number 4, Chris Imes. I don't know if I have to use a description or a number to describe this guy. All I'm going to tell you, the next guy coming up here, is that big things come in small packages.
It's just a tremendous feeling to see the reception we got when we came into the airport, and now this. It's finally came, and it's great to get it done this year in front of all of you. Thank you very much.
This guy came here as a walk-on. We just introduced our smallest player. Now I'm going to give you our biggest player. From Rentham, Massachusetts, number 30, Garth Snow.
If we knew it was going to be this good, we would have done it last year. I thank everyone for coming at the airport and here, and I'm glad we can share it with all our students, faculty, and the community. And the only thing I have to say is, meet me at Jetty's.
I'm going to ask our players. Our players were at the reception in Milwaukee last night, and we're going to use one word that begins with H to describe this next guy. Hobie, Hobie, Hobie. much for waiting here for 4 or 5 hours to come see our team. You know, winning the national title is a great accomplishment. We're all very proud, but it makes it even better to know that you have the entire town of Orono and the entire state of Maine behind you. This makes it so special. Yesterday, we were crowned national champions, but without a doubt, you showed us today who the best fans in the nation are, right here in Maine. All right, I'm going to ask you to stay quiet while I read off this guy. I want you to keep it down until the appropriate time, because I want you to understand what he's done for us. In his career, he scored 301 points. Let's just talk about the recent history. In the Hockey East Championship against BU, he got 2 goals. It was MVP of the Hockey East Championship. Against Minnesota, we scored 6. He got 2 goals, 3 assists. Against Michigan, he had 2 assists. And last night, he capped off the MVP of the national tournament by scoring 3 straight goals in the 3rd period from Montreal, Quebec, number 19, Jim Montgomery. Believe me, our team could not do this alone. And we owe each and every one of you a big thank you, because we are now national champions. This has been a dream season come true for us 30 players, our coaching staff, our family and friends, and of course, you fans. Now, before we leave, we got to get a chant going up. We're number one. We're number one.